see, this is the funniest thing though, because you just said sports nutrition guidelines. The funny thing is that people want to look like these fit, athletic people, yet they don't see themselves as someone who is going to eat like an athlete. An athlete fuels for performance. An athlete fuels for recovery. They spend most of their time away from dieting. You want to look like these people, but you're not willing to do what those people do because you don't think that is the way. It seems too simple. And I introduced the podcast with, as soon as you get rid of all the frills, all the additives, all the salt, sugar, whatever that is, you're left with the bare basics of just basic food. And that is the same with nutritional information. As soon as you get rid of all the frills and fluff online, and we tell you as it is, because I could easily say, hey, I got this body, I'm low carb, I do this, I do that, that sells. Just like Tom said. Just like people do with their booty workouts. They do these banded things. And I can assure you that they did not grow their booty doing booty band workouts. Because that shit is grown from lifting heavy ass weight. And on that note, you want, like, we're talking to people that don't want to look like the general population because the general population look like they don't lift. You want to look like you lift. Obviously, because that's who follows me. That's who follows Tom. We care about how we look. Therefore, you should care about what you choose to put into your body and how you fuel your workouts. Because going low carb is going to lead to worse body composition outcomes. Why? Your performance is going to go down. Your calorie deficit is not going to be a calorie deficit anymore. Why? Because now that you're low carb, your energy is going to be low through the day. Say your training performance goes down, that's another one. You'll be battling hard to try to keep any muscle mass that you grew because now you can't perform as well. And then your recovery goes down. So now, because your recovery is down, your energy through the day is now down even more because you're tired. And then go to add in more cardio, go to add in more HIIT because now results aren't coming. Now you're depleting yourself more. Where do you think you're going to go from there? You want to perform like an athlete, you need to fuel for it. And if you want to lose body fat at the same time, you still need to fuel for it. It's just you want to fuel for it while keeping in an energy deficit. An energy deficit, not just a calorie deficit, because if you think of just calorie deficit, you're only going to be thinking about the calories you put in and thinking about calories as exercise. Energy is a lot more than that. It depends on the type of food you eat, how the food's impacting your energy. It depends on what activities you do. How is your training activity or your cardio activity going to impact the activity for the rest of the day? Because I can assure you that people try to add in more cardio actually end up gaining more weight long term because now they're so depleted. They might have burnt extra in that session, but the rest of their day, they burn a lot less and you spend a lot more time in the rest of your day. And then the whole under eating through the day, overeating, you just moved less in the day because you didn't fuel it. And the other thing that I was trying to put one and one together and I visualized it and something just clicked. If you aren't fueling your training, you're going to keep your cortisol levels high because the only way, like, you wake up with naturally high cortisol anyway, like that's natural. People who say that, oh my God, my cortisol's high, or some people that try to feed you into cortisol being high when you wake up, it's supposed to be. You just woke up. But say you're not fueling your training. Training is a stress, cortisol goes up. Say you haven't fueled that. Say your recovery is now here. You didn't fuel it. Your recovery is going to dip down even more. You don't refuel that. You haven't optimized recovery. You might eat something small after or have a protein shake. That wouldn't be enough to fill in the hole that you dug a majority of the time. Then comes nighttime. Your body is going to be wanting to make up all that energy back. It's going to be wanting to be recovered. So you're going to feel a lot more depleted at the end of the day, wanting to have all of these extra carby, sweety, salty snacks towards the end and probably still not feeling satisfied after that because your body didn't get its chance to be at its best in that period of time. And that's something that I found as well. And this is especially true when you're in a deficit because you're already in a depleted state. Like, maybe if you're in maintenance and surplus, it doesn't matter as much as it does in a deficit. When you're in a deficit, this shit matters. Take it away.